Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Yambo.
Your boy Dro.
We are the Unlikely Geeks, and we are here on Happy February, February 2nd, to give you guys the date, the weekly news that you guys need to know about. And I'm back from California. As you guys already see, this is some of the stuff I bought. I bought a bunch of nonsense. I love it. And I like that shirt you're wearing, Dro. What's that? I am the Hulk.
Yeah, that's my hoodie.
Oh, that's
My work
hard.
hoodie.
Is the back like the Hulk?
Yeah, it's cold as fuck outside. I mean, cold as hell outside.
No, listen, it's cold in my house too. So, at sometimes I don't know what's cold in my house or outside. But yeah, man, what's new with you? I'll talk about everything California on a different episode of the unlikely part because it's a lot, so we don't have to go through all of that here. But what's been going on with you, bro?
Just working. Same old, same old.
All right, let's see. Well, we got a lot of news. We got a quick hour. You said that it is your baby cousin's birthday, so happy birthday to her. Shout her out.
My
Uh,
sister's birthday.
your sister. So shout her out. We're gonna make sure that this is a good, quick one for everybody, because we don't want to go 2 weeks without giving you guys some news. So let's start with the first topic of the day. One of the most important ones, because it's something that everyone in my family, everybody in your family, I'm sure, you know, it shocked us all. Was Catherine O'Hare? She passed away. What was it, like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
And I know her from Schitt's Creek.
hmm
Everybody knows her from Beetlejuice and Home Alone.
hmm
Uh, oh, do you remember? Do you know, like, how do you feel about
Somebody
her?
told me she a black. Somebody told me she a jujitsu. Fucking six degree black belt in jujitsu today. Somebody told me that today.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. I've
That's
heard
crazy.
nothing but amazing things about her. Um, you know, seeing her, she was in the studio. So
Mm.
you haven't watched the studio yet?
Oh no, not yet, not yet, not yet.
No,
But
okay.
yeah, I definitely told my niece yesterday because I guess Lolly just watched Home Alone. Nobody knew she watched Home Alone, so she literally know who she was. She was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, no, it's super sad. She was 71 years old. They haven't said how she passed away yet, but I learned that she has that I don't know what it's called, but where your heart and all your lungs are like flipped. So instead of her heart being on the left
Mm,
side, it's on the right side, and her whole body was like that.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's you learn so much about people after they pass away,
Yeah,
and what it's always crazy to me when it's somebody that my parents know. Like every time I tell them, they're like, "Oh my goodness, I remember her when I was a kid," or watching
yeah.
Home
It
Alone.
makes them feel. It makes them feel dated.
Yeah, it's
When
just
When Hulk Hogan passed away, my dad was like, "Oh fuck."
it is. It's pretty sad when stuff like that happens. But uh, I guess we don't know how she passed yet. But
No, yeah, we don't know. I just wanted to say rest in peace, because she was a big. I guess she was a big character in a lot of films and movies and shows and yeah,
a lot of stuff
but
that we watched, and she was still active. The thing was
yeah,
that the last thing that she was in, she looked happy, healthy, and
yeah,
alert and everything, which was the studio. I saw a picture of her last picture, and I don't remember where that was, but she looked really frail. So it's always sad and it's shocking, especially because you don't hear that. Oh, she went to the hospital. Oh, she's in surgery or whatever. Because usually they prepare you for that, like something like Ray J, where he's like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm feeling sick. I may only have 9 months to live, 3 days to live, or whatever."
It's crazy.
I just read that he's perfectly fine now, and he's all of a sudden the miracle cure. Um, so was I fully believing Ray J's story? Not
No,
really. I was praying that he's okay and whatever, but I also was like, "Oh, this is some tactic." He's always doing something like this. And alas, I was right. He's perfectly healthy now. Um, what I heard was that it was about a restraining order from his wife. I don't know. We're not a gossip podcast, but
yeah.
anyways, I just don't believe half the stuff that comes out of Ray J's mouth. But again, rest in peace.
I'm pretty sure he flew back from to California from Tampa.
Oh yeah, he was in Tampa, right? And he's like, "Can somebody help me and pick me up?" And if I
Oh, got
wasn't,
no money,
yeah, if I wasn't flying to California that day, I would have been like, I would have looked for him and been like, "Yo, let's talk Zeus. Let's like
man. Unless he's spending so much money, I seen how much money he made for selling his stock and
Raycon."
the earphones. Yeah, the Raycons.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he got money, but you never know people spending habits.
right. But onto some real news, right?
Yeah.
We talked about God or the God of War casting and everything last week. They've done more casting over the past week. Dro's gonna go with the names because I will butcher the heck out of them. So I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
handle that because you know I can't read for nothing.
All right. So, God of War casting that I have today is, I think it's Olafur Dari Olafsson has been cast as Thor in the live action God of War series. Then we have Odin is to be played by Mandy Patinkin in God of War TV show. The Allfather will be played by the actor known for his iconic roles in Princess Bride and Homeland. Then we have Alistair Duncan will return as Mimir in the live action God of War series. I guess he was the head
Yeah,
in the game,
in the video game. Yeah.
so I guess he did a good job.
No, he of course he did a good job, and it's really hard to get something like that going. I'm how weird is it going to be to see a live action head just on Kratos's like
Yeah,
back?
because they casted him in the game to be, you know what I'm saying? So his face is in the game as the head. So, hey, you might as well bring him back. He's just a head. He did good.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
But as far as Olafur, we didn't explain who he was or anything or why it's important that he was, you know, cast. He apparently he's done voice animation for Ice Age, Lilo and Stitch, Kung Fu Panda. He's known for The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Uh I mean, that's it. There's not much that I know him from, but
Did any of these other guys play in the game?
other than the guy who actually played Thor and the guy who's playing Mjolnir, I don't think so. Um,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I don't think so. But it is cool that they're bringing people from the game
Mm-hmm.
to the live action because that doesn't happen very often unless they are, you know, side characters like they did with The Last of
Yeah.
Us or like a cameo here or there. But the fact that they're playing who they were playing back then, that's how you know it's going to be good. They already know the characters. You know, is it
Mm-hmm.
going to be a little different doing it in live action versus a video game? Probably not, because the way they film video games, they wear the motion capture suit and they basically shoot the game as if it's a movie. So
Mm-hmm.
they're already used to being, you know, all that action and stuff. So that's pretty dope. I get more and more excited
So,
every time I hear something about this show.
so the last big role is the kid.
Yeah, and I don't know if the kid that plays him in the movie in the game is gonna play him because I think that kid's
Yeah.
probably grown now. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll see what happens. It is that's one of the last people to get cast, and they just gotta hurry up and film it, man, because it's gonna take a year to like edit it. It's gonna be so effects heavy. Like this thing's
Yeah.
not coming out till late 2027. At that, if maybe
Hmm.
2028. You know, I don't see it
If
coming
it's
out
if it's as good as the Last of Us,
season one.
I
Yeah,
have. I like season 2. I don't. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't know about the game.
yeah, that's why.
But the season 2 was great. I mean, she went off the rails and stuff and everything in that season, but
Yeah.
it was okay. It wasn't better like you said. It wasn't as good as season 1. But if it's anything close to Last of Us, I'm with it.
Yeah, that's PlayStation. That because PlayStation is like handling it, but also the Uncharted game moved. The Uncharted movie was not as good as the video game.
Yeah, as long as it ain't like that.
Yeah, we'll see. Speaking of, we'll stick with that. The Last of Us season 3 is going to be the Last of Us that is ever coming out. They had originally said maybe we could do 4 seasons, but I think because season 2 did not have enough viewership as much as the first one, not a lot of people were talking about it. They did some weird stuff that if you
It
played the
was
game, you're
the
like,
guy, the main guy that did season 1. He's not doing 3,
uh,
and he was the guy that was actually a part of the
the
game.
created it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Neil
he's not a
Druckmann.
part of it no more. So he's like, hopefully they do something good, and I have nothing but good faith in them. But I think it's a wrap. I think it's with that news and how season 2 felt for some people. I guess they're like, let's just do one more, wrap it up,
Yeah,
call it a
there's
day.
not much they can do. Like the way the games are broken
Pedro's
up,
gone.
it's one or two. But that was part of the game too. So everybody saw that coming. That played the game. Were you shocked when that happened?
No, I mean like they can only do like flashbacks if they do want to bring him back for some shots
Nah,
and some scenes and stuff.
no, they don't even.
Because it's what they flipped it. It's the different girl now. If
Now
they
they
flipped the story, so
which they do in the
I
game too.
mean, they had season 1, season 2, Pedro and Bella. What's her name?
I could care less. Yeah, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I don't.
And then
I
the
don't rock with that.
three, they gonna flip it with this girl, and You know what? You never know because this shit could be so fire.
No, but I'm telling you, it's based on the game. So that's what they did in the game. In the video game, you play the first game as Pedro. You play the second game as Pedro for a little bit. Whatever happens, happens. Now you're starting to play as the
Yeah.
girl, and then middle of the game you start playing as the bad guy, and the bad guy's story, and then how they interweave, and you don't really know who's at fault and who's really the bad guy, and that's the whole point. But they broke it up where the second season was the main girl, and then the third season is going to be the bad guy, and the fourth season was supposed to be them intermingling, but I guess they figured out a way to just do it all in one season. So
Okay, so yeah, if they go end up just squeezing everything into the last season three, then yeah,
and it's been
that's
taking, I mean, it's 2-3 years in between seasons. That's forever long, bro. Like it don't it
hmm
takes longer to, it doesn't even take that long to make a game sometimes. Like it's just taking too
yeah.
damn long. So they're like, listen, let's just get rid of it and move on to the next thing. Speaking of the next thing, we have Gundam. I think we talked
hmm
about this before, but Sydney Sweeney is going to be in the Gundam movie with Noah Centineo, right?
Centennial. Yep,
Centineo.
Centennial.
That's the dude
He's
that's
playing
in
Ryu.
Ryu.
Yep, he's
Like
playing Ryu in
like Ryu.
Street Fighter. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. So you had me thinking that it was part of the Gundam. I'm like, there's no Ryu in Gundam. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be part of Netflix.
yeah. It's supposed to be in the theaters. I was reading up more about it today. It's supposed to come out in theaters, but they gonna shoot it straight to Netflix.
That's how you know it's gonna be trash. So,
Mhm.
like, if it's something
Mhm.
that's supposed to be in theaters and then goes straight to Netflix, that's because they don't have the confidence in it to be like, oh, this is gonna be the bomb. So it could be a good, but it's gonna be a B movie. It'll be a B theater
Yeah.
movie, but it'll be an A Netflix movie. You
Yeah, a
know,
lot of people said that The Rip should have been in the theaters instead of going straight to Netflix. And then they had The Glass Onion, which those movies are so good that the third one they put in the theater for 2 weeks and but then right to Netflix right after that. So like you said, the ones they got hope for, they'll put in there in the theater for a little bit. But The Rip was so good, some people said that should have went in the
did you
theaters.
like the Rip?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, come on, man. I did watch it. My dad watched it. I think I was reading something that said that if what's the name of the black kung fu dude that's in like all the movies, real strong buff dude. I think he
Michael J.
played
White.
Michael J. White and Tiana Taylor. It was a meme. This isn't from me, but it said if you see any of those two in the movie, no matter what the
Mm,
budget is, you know it's gonna be some like bootleg budget movie
mm,
type deal. And I was like, I mean that kind of is true. Like she's won awards and she gets a lot of praise, but it always
yeah.
feels a little bit like off. I don't know what it is. I know everybody loves her. I'm not the biggest fan of her. I don't really listen to her music either, but I know she's talented, but it does feel a little B level, and I think that's what happened with the Rip. It felt a little B level to me, and it is because of the way that Netflix does their movies. And
hmm
homie was talking about it. Not Ben Affleck, but his boy
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon was saying that Netflix tells you, hey, within the first 5 minutes, we need an explosion. And then we need you to explain what the plot is 5 times within the movie. So there's like a formula for a Netflix film. So you can't
Yeah.
really put a Netflix film into theaters that much. The contrary, the Glass Onion and all of those movies, they don't follow that because they're a mystery film. That's why it works so well in the movie theater. At least
Yeah.
that's my opinion. But then you have a movie like The Rip, or you have something like Gundam. I guarantee you, first 5 minutes, huge explosion. Every 20 minutes, yo, the robots are here, and we gotta get into our mech suit. We gotta find this. They're gonna explain it over and over because they expect people to be on their phone, as they're watching the movie, which
Mhm.
I do. So I'm one of the people that they're trying to sell the movie to when it comes to Netflix. But that's one reason I don't really watch Netflix stuff. So I don't
Mm.
know.
A lot of people gonna watch it for Sydney Sweeney. I'll tell you that right now. They want to see her in that suit.
I'm watching it for Sydney Sweeney. It's-
So it definitely fit do numbers. It might suck, but it definitely go do
it
numbers.
will exactly, but it's not gonna do the numbers in the theaters. I mean, she was in a movie called The Housemaid, and I just watched
Mm,
that in the theaters, and that
mm,
was a good movie. And I was like, oh
yeah.
snap, they're finally making her not, dress up all scandally clad. Nope. She had a turtleneck on in the first 20 minutes, and then she took that
Mm,
bad boy off. Like
mm,
that's how she is in all the movies. They always make her look like a nerd in the beginning, big
yeah,
glasses, turtleneck, all covered up,
so dumb.
and then all of a sudden she takes it off, and it's like, oh, she was pretty all along. That's how she is in every movie. It's funny. It's probably gonna be the way she is here. I guarantee you.
Yeah. No, they're
That's
not gonna show no titties though.
nah. They're gonna show her titties, but she'll be in a bathing suit eventually.
Yeah, she gonna be in like a mix, like a skin tight suit to be
Yeah,
in the mix.
right. But before that, she's gonna end up being like the data entry girl with the glasses and the turtleneck, and she's
Yeah.
gonna be like,
She's like, I don't really do this. I don't really like fighting. And then yeah.
that's, that's how it always is. Um, One of my favorite
You excited
stories.
for that? Did you watch Gundam when you was a
Nah,
kid?
nah. The only thing I watched back then in the day was Dragon Ball Z. I had like the first 4 seasons on DVD or VHS or
Mm,
something.
mm,
So I saw that. I watched Pokemon religiously and Yu Gi Oh. Those
mm,
were the three.
mm.
I didn't watch really anything else. When Gundam came out, that was part of Toonami, which was like Adult
Yeah.
Swimish. And every time Adult Swim came on or anything that had to do with that, I was scared of the TV. Like I would change the channel because Adult Swim was like,
Yeah. First thing to come on was Robot Chicken.
yeah, I hate Robot Chicken. Um, so I never watched any of that stuff. So I'm not I'm not the clientele for
Mm.
this, but for Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney, I'll be the clientele for for the hour and a half.
Facts. Everybody's gonna be watching that shit. And then people that just want Gundam to be good, so they're gonna check it out anyways.
I mean, I don't know. It's a mech movie. It's like Pacific Rim, right? No, maybe. Who knows?
It's a bigger IP. It's Gundam.
Psh.
Gundam's bigger than Voltron, Zoids, all that.
Voltron. I like the Voltron cartoons that they have
Yeah,
on Netflix. I do.
yeah.
I don't know. Um, One of my favorite stories of the week, or I guess most shocking story, is that the final Fast and the Furious
Hmm.
is not only going to be called Fast Forever, which, duh, I think I guessed that a long time ago. Fast
Yeah.
Forever. It's coming out in 2028, not next year,
Hmm.
the year after that. That means my son will be 12. My brother, no, 13. My brother will be 28. Like these movies started, my brothers were not like born, like just born. It's 30 years,
They need
damn near.
they need that extra money for Vin Diesel so they can make it. So I feel like whatever movie they're pushing to get that money in the back end for this to make this movie, I think that's why they're like, well, shit,
You think it's for
we're
Vin
gonna use
Diesel?
this movie from 20. Yeah, remember he said they won't do it unless they got 150 million to start off with or something like that.
Nah, they remember that. I
Then that
thought,
was the whole thing. He wanted to do it, but he was like, we need $150 million to even start it.
but all this tells me is they didn't have anything ready because literally once the last movie finished, it was supposed to be a part
Actually,
one and
don't.
part two. So if it's a part one and part two, you should already have part two written, done. And when homie left, Jason Lin, right, or whatever, Justin Lin,
Yeah, Jason Lee.
no, Justin Lin, wasn't it?
Just just Jason? No, Justin Lin. Yeah, you got it. My bad.
I think when he left, they were on the set of the new Fast and the Furious movie. This one that happened like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So did they just stop production and was like, okay, he quit. It's a
No
wrap.
more money. They ain't got the money. That was the story before. The story before Fast and the Furious was, are they even gonna make it because they didn't have enough money to make it?
But
Which is crazy because they billions of dollars.
I
Those are
don't.
billion
I
dollar movies.
definitely don't remember that story. I thought they've been filming this thing
Yeah.
the whole time.
No, bro, I swear it was money. They're like, we need more money.
I thought they were filming this entire time. I thought that all of this was the editing and the computer graphics because
And
everything's
now they
flipping.
got a and I think I didn't see the last one, but the podcast out one of the podcasts I listened to was saying they're gonna have to age up the kid. Whoever kids in the movie.
They got it. They
It's been
have.
8 years.
That's what I'm saying. This kid is going to be driving himself. He went from being the
Yeah.
kid, and if it's supposed to start right where the last one left off with the explosion at the dam and all this, how did the kid just magically grow up to drive the car now? He was my son's age when the movie finished.
Yeah.
They
Dumb.
they must have thrown out the script here must be night and day different from what it was supposed to be. Like I just I don't get it, bro. There's no
Remember,
way.
it was like we're gonna go back to the streets.
Yeah,
We're going back to racing.
they said that. But
Oh,
how do you go back from racing when half of the crew exploded in a helicopter? The other one, you're running away from an exploded dam, so there's fire and a waterfall coming dead at you, and then you're just gonna be like, "All right, we survived. This is too
Yeah.
much. Let's go back to street racing." Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that can happen unless the last movie. This is my theory. Fast Forever is a dream. Vin Diesel
Mm.
dies at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the thing. He's in a coma. He's just dreaming of now him back in in the beginning of the days,
Yeah.
him and Paul, and then at the end of the movie you'll realize that he just passed. Bam, end of the movie.
I love. I mean, I know it's so left field, but I love for them to like not revamp it, but like yo, like go back to the streets. Let's get some new good actors. Let's go back to these. You know what I'm saying, all these new cars that the people racing, all these new Teslas, and
But how?
like, bro,
How
let's
can they go
fucking.
back from the way the last movie ended? Let's talk about this. We
Oh
got
well,
time.
it'll have to be no. It'll have to be away from if say if Indies if it's the same universe instead of like reboot. If it's like just in the same universe, them motherfuckers dead. Like you said, the other people half them people dead, and it's just new set of people. Like, oh look what those guys did, bitch. But we out here just racing, like back to L.A. type shit. Another crime story, like the first one was a crime movie. They were stealing shit from the back of the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's just go back to that. Like
Yeah.
just and also I don't know if they want to dead it. I feel like they just dead in it, which is I feel like this IP is so big.
No, I don't think. I think that what's his
I
name?
don't want them to dead it. I'd rather go back to. We just need a hard ass racing movie and like just fucking go back to that.
Robin Williams said, "Listen, if when I pass, we're not doing any more, whatever movies that he was in. When
Mhm,
Harrison Ford passes, he's like, there's not gonna be any more Indiana Jones without me.
mhm.
Vin Diesel's probably just thinking the same way. Without me, there is no Fast and the Furious. If I say Fast is over, Fast is over.
So he gets hurt, he gets crippled, he can't drive a car. He gonna train his son, his nephew, Paul Walker Jr., his son, and then also train all these other people to be the best street racers. And I don't know, bro.
Nah,
Like just
bro.
bring back the Fast Furious 1 and Fast Furious 2, bro. Like them was the ones for me. Like once they started doing all that superpowers and shit, I ain't like that Hobbs and Shaw. I don't like none of that shit. That shit ass
But
to me. To me,
but
to me, to me, to me.
but imagine that. Like you think that they're gonna go from Hobbs and Shaw superpowers and all of this to then Vin Diesel being
I
like
hope.
Vin Diesel
Just
being
my
like, "Hey, I'm old and decrepit, and I've been to the moon. My friend's been to the moon, and I saved the
yeah.
world. But you know what? You should get into that Nissan right there and race a quarter mile for me."
Oh, and remember when end of number one when he gave Paul the keys and he was like, "Take it, I got." No, when Paul gave Vin Diesel the keys and he was like, "Go ahead, I'll take care of it."
Mm-hmm.
I could see like kind of that kind of ending where he's like seeing like I guess whatever new stars they have in the next one take off and they finna start up again. And that's how they ended. Like
No,
these motherfuckers finna be just like us back in the day.
no, not at all. I
They
don't.
just they're like he gonna be like they're just beginning. They have no idea.
Nah, I can't see any of that
It go
happening.
from Hondas to fucking rocket ships.
I
We gotta
cannot.
start that bitch over.
I cannot see none of that happening. It's 100% got to be him and a
Done?
huh? Yeah, not well,
You want it to
not
be
done.
finished? No
I
more Fast and Furious?
I think after this one, the story for this one has to be Vin Diesel's hurt and it's all in his imagination. Because if they want to bring it back to groundedness, but then even once they end it, they got to let it chill for 5-10 years, and then they
Yeah,
could do Fast and the Furious again with a whole new
yeah.
cast and not even talk about this. Just have it be like Power Rangers.
Mm,
When they did the new Power Rangers, the last one,
yeah,
they didn't talk about the old ones. That's how they
yeah.
got to do it with Fast and the Furious. But for this movie,
If they do a one where like his son and Paul Walker's son in the movies grew up and they're like,
no,
man, remember when our pops used to do this shit?
no, they can't. They're not gonna do none of that. They got to separate
He can still
themselves.
be in the movie. He don't
No,
gotta not be. If he want to be in the movie, he can still be in the movie.
they got to
He's just an
separate it.
old nigga.
No, you got to separate it, bro. Vin Diesel's got to do something else with his life. This is the end of Vin Diesel's era with Fast and the Furious. They're gonna let it chill and then bring it back because, like you're right, it is a huge IP. And if they do it, they're gonna have Noah Centino. He's gonna be the new Vin Diesel. Like it's gonna be
Mhm.
one of these kids. But it's not. It
That
can't.
would be ass. I wouldn't even watch that shit. They were like, "Oh, this is like whoever I forgot his name. This is Paul. This is
Yeah,
them."
Noah's
And
gonna be
I'm like, bro, I
Paul.
don't watch this shit
And then you got the dude from Stranger Things that he's gonna shave his hair. He
because
gonna
this
be
is not Power Rangers. Power Rangers is cool because the motherfuckers wear masks. Is all right. Some you get used to some of the characters out of the mask, but most of the time it's just fucking characters in masks. So you can redo that all the time, all the time, all the
no.
time.
But even if it's it could be just Fast and the Furious in itself is just cars racing. That's what it should be.
Mhm.
So the next
I like
movie,
that gangster shit in the beginning when they was beefing with the Yakuza.
right?
You know what I'm saying? That shit was hard, bro. Motorcycles, guns, niggas really dying. Bro got shot in the yard. Like that shit was grounded. Fire. That's fire.
And
And
when
they can still do
and
the
they could
tag.
bring that back, but then it would have nothing to do with this universe of Fast and the
No,
Furious right now, because you can't have gone to the moon and then have nobody talk about, oh man, remember when we heard about that one car that drove to the moon? Like they're gonna have to mention it, and that would just be stupid. So there's gonna be a whole different metaverse, or what is it, multiverse, and it's gonna be its own
that's
Fast and
how
Furious.
that's how the movies do it these days now. Where they're like, oh, let's bring in the old motherfuckers from the 10 years ago, the old movies. Let's just
Yeah,
bring them in. He
but
gonna
they
walk
shouldn't
by
do
and say,
that.
hey guys,
No, but
I used to drive just like you.
they shouldn't do that. They should not do that when they reboot the franchise in 10 years.
When was the last time they did a motherfucking I Was Dreaming movie? They ain't did
But
that in 30
but
years.
that's why that's the only way it could work. That if you want, how you gonna? Okay, I love this topic. That's the only way it's gonna work, because there's no other reason for the kid to have been 10 years older, right? But it's all in his dream. He has to be on the.
Yeah.
He has to be about to be dying in a coma, dreaming of his kid, now grounded. Now his kid is a star, but it's still his dream. And then that's where the movie ends. And it's Fast and the Furious forever, because he's forever in that coma, forever dreaming. They won't show him
Mhm.
dead at the end of the movie. It's just Vin Diesel in the hospital bed, and the camera zooms out and it's over. You know?
Mhm.
So it's Fast and the Furious forever for him. But then they'll reboot it in 10
Family.
years. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no way I don't know how they're gonna do this movie and make it make sense. The last movie was horrible. And I love Fast and the Furious. Like, there's not too many things I would get tattooed on me. Fast and the Furious, at one point, I would have gotten, because it just meant so much to me. But not anymore.
Yeah.
They killed that. They killed that.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really care anyways. Unless they go back, like you said, unless they reboot and go back to the street racing shit, I don't really care. Cause I what Fat F1 is the last and only racing movie out right now. That's good. Like
I like Gran Turismo. I like F1. Um, what other racing movie? I don't know, but there's been a couple racing movies, but Fast and the Furious just right now is not one of them, which sucks because it was the shit. But to wait 2 years, bro, literally 2 years in a month and 15 days, that's crazy. They're restarting the whole
they
movie.
gonna they gonna disappoint you so bad, bro. Cause they finna motherfucking they finna grow, bro. Out. They gonna grow these kids up, and they gonna use bro, Vin Diesel's last name. Just be like, oh, this Vin Diesel. Y'all forget about it. This him. This is son. He's
Nah.
the next one. Give him the cut off sleeves.
Well, you know they did that they did a Netflix cartoon where it was like Vin Diesel's cousin or nephew that was the main character.
Uh, I remember that.
Yeah, so they've
Yeah,
already done something like that. They just have to go completely separate
really
and
done.
do a
Wrap
new
it up.
Fast and the Furious with new everything. The same way they tried to do
Yeah.
with Tokyo Drift, where it was a whole different story, had nothing to do with nothing.
Mm.
Same way.
Hey, but I was a kid and I loved Tokyo Drift because I was a kid and guess what? Bow Wow had the Hawk
That
Scions.
was the
I
coolest.
was in that
Yeah,
shit
that
and
was
I
the
loved the
coolest thing.
drifting. That drifting shit was fire. I don't
Yeah.
care what nobody say.
No. E- Everybody loves that movie more in retrospect. Everybody hated it when it came out, but they hated too also. But
I loved it. Me and my cuz we love that shit. I watched that bitch back to back
me
to back.
too. Oh, me too. But overall, people did not like it
Yeah,
because it had none of the
yeah.
main characters. But now looking back at it, the first
Han
three are great. Exactly.
Han was in that bitch
Exactly. Exactly.
eating Fritos and shit.
Yeah, that's why I
Eating
love. That's
nuts.
why I love
You know
Sony
that's
movies.
what he was doing that. That was his real life character was he was always eating on set. So they just filmed him just snacking.
No, bro, because the Han is a character from a movie called like Better Gone Tomorrow or Better Days Tomorrow. And there's a whole different movie that has nothing to do with Fast and the Furious where he plays
Oh
Han.
yeah.
And they
I
just
know.
they threw him into this movie, and now that movie's canon somehow. You know?
Yeah, but I was just saying like him always eating and shit, like fucking Batista in Guardians of the Galaxy. That was just his thing. He was always just eating. It was like, you know what? That's a good thing just to have as a character characteristic.
Yeah, and Toby Nigway did it he did it in the Transformers movie where he was eating those Twizzlers.
Mhm.
After I saw that
Always eating
movie,
something.
I started eating Twizzlers a lot, and then I got sick and tired of Twizzlers. But fun
Mm.
fact. Next story.
Mhm.
That was a good one. I'm proud of us there. This was real quick. It's just shouting out a couple films that have been added to the National Film Registry. You know, it's
Yeah, it wasn't really nothing about none of the other films I got down there. I just wanted to put them in for people that was like wondering if it's just one film. So, yes, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry
no,
for
you good, you
disrupting.
good. Um, it's just pretty much the films that are like really important, not just the films that make the most money or whatever, but like important films in all of films. They get this is basically the Hall of Fame. The Incredibles 1 has joined. Grand Budapest Hotel, The Truman Show, Karate Kid, the original, and Inception. You know, these are some of the movies. Um,
I have to Google to see if there's any other superhero movie besides like Superman, maybe the original Superman,
right.
that's on this list. Because if not, let's give it up to the Incredibles because the Incredibles is besides like Endgame, the best fucking superhero movie ever made.
That's crazy. I don't completely co-sign that because I was thinking already in my head, like if there were other movies, would it be The Dark Knight Returns? Would it be, like The Matrix? Would it
I feel
be?
like the Incredibles is just breaking that door, that barrier. Like boom,
I,
not Dark Knight, Endgame.
Endgame, I think, could be there in the future, but probably the
In the
first Avengers.
future. Yep.
Probably the first Avengers over Endgame because like that one is the start of
Mhm.
movies
That was
combining
the
into one. You know
one.
what I mean?
Facts. Good
Um,
point. That was the start, really the start of like the multiverse.
yeah,
Not multiverse, but yeah, the shared universe.
yeah, shared universe like that wasn't a thing before. All these movies were
Mm.
separate. Even Iron Man 1 could be on there. So I can
And
only
me and my
imagine.
niece just watched that this week.
Really, I
Yeah, I'm
can
trying to get her on the superhero shit.
I can only imagine the movies that are on here. That'd be a good little like a side episode where we just go over the movies that have been inducted, and seeing and remembering why they probably were
Yeah.
inducted and stuff.
I put it on here because when I read it was like the films that are added to the register are seen to have cultural or historic importance and must be preserved for future generations. And I like The Incredibles definitely is one of them
Yeah,
ones.
because you think about it, they have like Casanova, Casablanca. They have like The Godfather. Like these movies were made so long
Mhm.
ago that my son
Yeah.
is probably would not have known what these movies are if it wasn't for me, of course. But they can always
Mhm.
go back to the registry and be like, "Yo, there's movies that we haven't seen, black and white films, silent films with Charlie Chaplin
Yeah.
and stuff that we could go back and be like, let's watch it because it's here in the museum or whatever." And we could
Hmm.
be like, damn, that was pretty dope, and I see why why I got nominated. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Those are
Yeah.
cool things to go and
I
check
thought
out.
that was cool. Yeah, I put it on there because I felt like it was like a hall, like you said, Hall of Fame thing. So I was like, shit.
It is like the Hall of Fame, and I would love to
Yeah.
be a part. Imagine being a part of a movie that's in the Hall of Fame of movies.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
I
Uh,
told my girl yesterday I've been watching Wonder Man, bro. Wonder Man's good,
I
bro. You
saw
would like that
I
shit.
saw all of it.
Oh, I'm on episode 4. I'm on episode 4.
I, I
I'm
finished
on
the whole thing.
Doorman. I finished it.
I finished the whole
I told my
thing.
girl, I was like, I said, I got a lot of years left, bro. I'll still go to LA and try to audition.
I mean, listen, bro. LA was the most fun ever. Like I could go for like 2 hours about it. I just haven't had time since I landed. I've been nonstop on go. I had to catch up on work. I'm going to Orlando tomorrow, Jacksonville the next day. So like I'm on the move. So I haven't had time to
X.
sit and do the episode. But I filmed 650 videos, like small little clips of everything I did. Well, but the problem is a lot of it was on my iPhone, and the format that it was recorded on the iPhone does not translate to my PC. So about 500 of those videos do not work. So I got to figure out a way to either screenshot or screen grab and transfer them, or I can't use them. So
Yeah.
I don't know how the video is going to come out, but I will talk about everything I did because I did so much that when I was hanging out with my LA people out there, because I have friends out there now more than I did when I went. They were like, "Damn, I've been here my whole life. I've never done this. I've never done this. I've never eaten here. I did everything. I can't wait to go back for sure."
Do you think you'll take your phone to fucking Apple and be like, yo, I know people have the same issue, bitch. Help me.
No, I figured out what it was.
Okay,
I
okay,
was
okay.
filming in 4K 60 or 4K 120, like something super high tech, and that's a different format than if I had filmed at like 1080p. If I filmed at 1080p, it would have been like an MP4, which everything reads. But iPhone wants to be all fancy, so My next phone that I'm upgrading to is no longer gonna be an iPhone. I promise you that. Unless they figure that
I
out,
actually got my
I'm getting a
I got the
Samsung.
Samsung 24 Ultra now. I got my Google Pixel 10 coming in this week. I
See,
think either Wednesday.
I might do the Pixel. I might do the Samsung. It really
Because
depends.
everything I have is Microsoft and Google, and them they're partners. And so why have anything else? Like everything I do is Google and Microsoft. For
Yeah.
me, because that's all I got.
No, I'm the same
I don't
way.
have Apple or Sony's products.
I can't stand right now. I'm so angry with Apple. It's not even funny. That's a whole different conversation. Back to
Yep.
the stories. We have a movie adaptation of The Exorcism
Yes.
at 1600 Penn, which,
hmm
if you don't know what 1600 Penn is, that's the White
I don't.
House.
Oh, the White House. My bad. I thought you were gonna say the book. I was about to say I never heard it yet.
Oh no, that the 1600 Penn is like the address of the White House.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so according to Deadline, this story
hmm
centers around the president of the United States as the White House becomes a supernatural battleground between good and evil, blending political power with demonic horror in a high concept setting.
That's so my lane. So my motherfucking lane, bro.
I don't know. I don't be watching these exorcism movies. I don't be watching
But
too
it's both.
political.
It's like,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. That's what
it's both
I'm like. I kind of want to check this out.
mixed.
I kind of want to check this out. Now,
Did you see? My bad. Go ahead, bro.
oh
Sorry.
no, you good. I was gonna say, are they gonna do like a contemporary president? Will they do a woman president? A lot of these movies they be having like a
Yeah.
woman president. Or they
Yeah.
gonna do like they gonna have somebody that acts like Trump? Because it would be an extra level of humor if they had a president that acted like Trump. It's gonna,
So for you, so you saying now what I was literally what I was saying. What I was about to say. Did you see Civil War?
yeah, of course I saw Civil War.
Okay. I thought, bro, thinking we would have had a way 10 times better movie, bro. If we would have made finished the movie. I thought that the president should have been because they just went right past it, killed
Right?
him. Well, spoiler, sorry. Boom. All right, sorry, spoiler. They went right past them. They just killed them. That was the movie was ending like 5 seconds later. I thought he would have been like a Russian spy, right? One, right? Hold on, camera. One Russian spy or some kind of spy or a fucking alien, bro. Like they could have turned it up, bro. They could have turned that movie from oh hell yeah to oh what the hell, and then ended it like that. I guess I like M Night Shyamalan too much because M
No,
Night Shyamalan would have definitely did something like that.
yeah, no. See, we completely different there. I like Civil War, but it wasn't at all what I expected because it was a movie about the writers and the camera people. Like the news reporters
Mm,
traveling
yeah,
around. I thought it would be like we're gonna see Florida's crew versus whatever crew. It was less about the war itself, more about.
yeah.
So
It's the
that's
way during when I was watching the movie, it was the way the president was acting. Like every time they showed him on camera and all the stuff that was happening, I'm like, he must be corrupt. You know what I'm saying? He corrupt in some kind of facet. So I was like, okay, he could be a spy, but they didn't go that far with it. He was,
yeah,
they didn't really. That's the thing about that movie that it ended too abruptly.
yeah.
Didn't really explain
Because
too
it
much at
wasn't.
the
Cause
end.
that's the thing. It wasn't supposed to explain. It wasn't about the Civil War. It was about the
Yeah,
writer.
just her.
It was about her. It wasn't about nothing else.
Oh,
So we wasn't gonna see much of nothing, from
If
anybody
it was
else's eyes.
motherfucking not Key and Peele, Jordan Peele or fucking
But that wasn't supposed to be a horror
bro.
movie. But yeah, I feel what you're
I
saying.
know, but I just thought in my brain while I was watching, I was like, they could have did something crazy.
Yeah.
They could have had something crazy happen. But they just went right past it. And he was such a good actor. That's why I was like, man, they just murked, bro.
So let's
That's
see.
it.
It the president becomes a supernatural. The White House becomes a supernatural battleground between good and evil, blending political power with demonic horror. So is a demonic power gonna take over the president and now try
I
to?
hope so. So I guess it's a book or a story, and I didn't do too
Is
much.
it?
I just read this. Yeah, it says adaptation.
That's true. It does say that. Let's check it out. Go, keep
So
talking.
yeah, yeah, it's an adaptation. I just read the synopsis and the plot. I was like, yo, okay,
Oh
I
no,
like
hold on.
that.
This looks like a comic.
Oh, it's a comic.
Yeah, from IDW. Hold
Mm.
on, because I'm about to start reading this comic. So hold on. Let me read this little thing right here. The Exorcism of 1600 Penn. Or, yeah, 1600 Penn. A thrilling blend of supernatural and horror with political drama, exploring the challenges faced between the first female president, I knew it,
Mm-hmm.
of the United States while battling demonic forces with the White House. Written by Hannah Rosemary and illustrated by Vanessa Del Rey. It's 4-issue miniseries that combines chilling political themes with classic horror. It follows the story of Kelly Doyle, a newly elected first female president, as she navigates the complexity of her role while dealing with supernatural threats that invade her family life in the White House. Themes and storyline.
Wow.
The narrative cleverly intertwines the pressure of political life with the horrors of demonic possession. Kelly Doyle must balance her responsibility as a mother of two teenagers and the leader of the free world, all faced while looming threat of war and chaos of the social media. I knew they were going to do social media. The comic explores how the anxieties of public life and scrutiny of the media can manifest into literal demons, particularly affecting her daughter, Mara, who struggles with doom scrolling and negative commentary surrounding her mom. They lost me there. So
Yeah.
you're saying that the daughter is struggling with doom scrolling, doom being the scary
Mm.
word. And so she's reading all the negative things about her mom, and so she's getting more and more of the sad, the depression demon, and whatever.
Yeah.
Like they kind of losing me
Now I
there.
might need to go. Now I might need to go on TikTok, see what they're talking about. And
Yeah.
I might need. I might need to cheat and just go ahead and know
Okay.
about the story for real. For real.
Let's see. The reception. Critics have praised the Exorcism for its unique approach to blending horror and political commentary. Pacing the story builds tension effectively, leading to an impactful moments that resonate with readers. The emotional depth of the characters, particularly the dynamics within the first family, as layer of narrative, making it more than just a typical horror story. The culmination of the first issue leaves readers eager for more, with satisfying yet suspenseful climax that sets the stage for the subsequent installments. Um,
I thought it was gonna be. Yeah,
no,
that
it's
sounds cool.
I, but
I would have. I wanted something like the I always thought like the Illuminati with the president and they all worshiping demons and that's why they make all these crazy deals in the White House. That's why I thought we was going with it.
nah, bro.
That's what I
Let's.
thought.
I knew it. Hold on. Let me pull this up. But
I thought. I thought.
I told you I was like, it has to be a female.
No, I'm
Look,
saying the I'm saying no. I'm saying like the social media part. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was gonna be just strictly like politics and evil, corrupt people.
well, again, dealing with stuff right now. Who's the number one like social media person right now? The flipping president of the United States. You know what I'm saying?
X.
So, yeah, but see the demon right here.
So that might be her, the mom, right? Instead of the daughter, the mom might end up getting
See,
possessed. The president,
it is a comic book, and those are a couple of the pages.
that's cool.
I thought this was gonna
I,
be an exorcism movie, like from the exorcism like brand.
but how you saying it is like, oh no, I figure out on that part. Well, yeah, the exorcist part, but like I said, the daughter might end up, you know.
Yeah, yeah. The daughter's definitely gonna have depression and sadness from seeing her mom being, the butt of all the jokes and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's gonna eat at her. Yeah.
All
Now
right.
I'm not as excited no more.
Yeah, I'm not that excited. I was super excited. I thought we was really about to go in on everybody. I thought we was about to go in, bro.
I'm not as excited no more.
Oh man, what's that place that's in service that's in California that they had the secret meetings with the all the political
Oh
all
yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I have no idea the name. It's like a
that
garden
they
or
like
something.
broke into and they secretly recorded them doing like rituals and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I want. They need to do something like that, bro. They need to do
No,
something
but
like
that's too
that.
real, bro. They can't make. You
It's
just
too
said it.
real.
It's in Hollywood and LA. They're not gonna make a movie about it.
But Civil War, bro was like, I don't want to say bro name, but yeah,
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna get canceled.
all right, let's check this. Some
This
quick.
is a big one too. This is a big one too.
Let's see. What you go ahead and say it because I don't know which one you're talking about.
Brandon Sanderson, the Mistborn series. Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn series is being eyed for a feature adaptation, while the Stormlight Archive series is likely heading for television. Sanderson himself will write, produce, consult, and have approvals on the adaptations through an unprecedented deal between Apple and the best-selling author.
So all of that, like you said, it's a big news. I don't know what the hell any of that means. What is that?
But it's just that the whole thing is that it's Apple. right? And this guy, he sold so many books. Like his books are selling. Like he's like one of the top guys. He's like up there with J.K. Rowling's and R.R. The
Yeah,
Game of Thrones guy.
George.
I always
Yeah.
get that. I always get a mixed up. So I was saying, I was like, this just gonna be that. And I just wanted to be ahead of the topic because right now some people are talking about it, but you know they're gonna really start talking about it later on once the production starts going. So I was like, let's just get it out the way. It's a big topic right now. I've been on TikTok looking up the stories and everything, and it
So
looks
tell us
cool.
about it.
Like
What is it? Because
the,
that
the
teach me. Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
they all have like it's the people have like powers and it's just power. It's just
You're doing a
it's
great job
hard.
selling
It's
it.
hard. It's hard to talk about, bro. Because it's kind of similar to a lot of stuff we've already seen. The people have powers and they got some the magic is magic and I don't know, bro. It's the book is hard itself to read, so it's hard to explain.
All right.
You
So
know.
let me read from Wikipedia. All
Yeah,
right.
go ahead.
So Mistborn is a series of epic fantasy novels written by Brandon whatever. Um, let's see. The first idea came from reading the Harry Potter series. He thought it would be interesting to set a story in a world where the Dark Lord triumphs and the pathetic hero failed. His second idea, originally unrelated, was to tell a heist story in a fantasy setting, inspired by the Ocean series. The idea for the
Hmm.
titular mist came when he was driving through the mist in Idaho, which he combined with his memories of once seeing the Washington National Cathedral lit from the inside. Um, let's see. So it's yes, it's a mix. It's like there's 7 books, one novella, and so apparently it's basically Harry Potter if Voldemort won.
Yeah, and a lot of people got it's not basically Harry Potter. It's just because magic. They keep talking about the magic. It's magic. It's a big thing in his world, and man, it's just hard to explain. 'Cause I'm getting into it now. Like I'm trying to get into it without actually reading the books. Um,
I mean, that's a cool story. I'm not too excited for that. I'm
I'm
not.
just ready for another. I just hopefully it's like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, where it's like the next big thing, and I'm ready for that next sci-fi uh fantasy thriller.
The last big sci-fi was Dune, and that was the first big sci-fi. But other than Dune, uh, Harry
Lord of the Rings,
Potter and Game of Thrones, well, Game of Thrones kind of, but Star Wars,
Lord of the Rings.
there really isn't huge franchise like that. They tried Percy Jackson two times. They tried the movies,
Mm-hmm.
they tried the TV
Yeah,
show, failing. And
not doing it
I
right.
and I love Percy Jackson. Like I
Me
like the
too.
idea of Percy Jackson. They tried it with Hunger Games, did it a little bit, but the new Hunger Games is not as big. What
Yeah,
was the other one? Maze Runner. So they're always trying it. So when it comes to these book series, 7 books, I don't think this is gonna get past 3 books, 3 movies.
it's Apple.
Even worse, Apple be canceling stuff left and right. Apple canceled a bunch of stuff. I mean, the only big things that Apple has right now, they, I mean, they have the one-offs like the Jason Momoa shows. He has 2 shows on there, and then one where he's like Hawaiian. But they'll be canceling stuff.
They've been doing a lot of good work with the sci-fi shows they have, All for All Mankind and uh
Again, stuff I've
uh
never seen.
yeah, what I'm saying the sci-fi stuff you ain't watch on Apple is the dopest shit. Silo on there, the For All Mankind and
But they're not. They don't advertise that really well. I mean, the only thing I ever see them advertise is the soccer one. Um, what's the show? I love that show too. But they
Ted
have
Lasso.
Ted Lasso. I haven't seen it in a while. But they're coming out with season 4 or 5, whatever, because it was so big and it finished. They had a series finale, and they're bringing it back because they're like people want it so bad. That's the only show I really see them promote. They have the morning show, that was like their first show that they ever did. It has Rachel from Friends, and I started watching that one. I'm like 3, 4 episodes in. They have the studio. They have a show with Tiffany Haddish where it's like a mystery who done it. That was okay. So they do have good stuff, and they put a lot of money into their productions. But I don't see this being a big thing because it is on Apple. Who the hell really be watching Apple? Not really that many people.
The people that got Apple watch Apple, and then
Yeah, but
it's
how many
the
people watch Apple? Like this many versus Netflix and TV and movies. Apple. This is Apple when it comes to TV. Apple when it comes to phones, but Apple when it comes to TV. I don't think it's all that.
Yeah, The Severance is one of the biggest shows in the
That
world right
okay, you
now.
right there, but also
The
it
Last of
takes
one of the biggest in the world right
that
now.
one's over.
Silo still going. For All Mankind got 6, 7 seasons. We just ran through that shit.
Right.
It's a lot of shit that they doing. You've been watching some of the stuff, but you ain't been paying attention to everything.
Nah,
So with
definitely.
this being like you're saying the next guy like J.R. Tolkien and J.K. Rowling and all that stuff, and Apple giving him all the stuff, I see it getting big because he got such a big fan base.
I don't know. I don't feel like I don't have that much hope on stuff that's either sci-fi or medieval times. Like I just don't have that much faith in stuff like that when it comes to because look at The Witcher. They that's a whole mess. They don't really follow the books. They try to follow the books, but not the game. That they fired Henry Cavill and whatever. Like it, there's always such a mess. You have the spinoffs
Those
on
first those seasons was hard though. Like those seasons was fire. Like
yeah,
those the
but
witches
that's
were
the
so good.
it
They ain't
could
fuck up until they got rid of Henry Cavill.
it
So that's
could
on
be
them.
no, but look,
That's some other shit.
you have the most expensive show in the world, the Lord of the Rings show on Prime. You have
Fire.
Fallout. Fallout 2
Fire.
Fallout season 2 is not as good or profitable as
No, it's
Fallout
not as
season
good as
1.
number one. Number one just got a lot of storytelling. So that's what this season two they just throw you right in there. And for people that don't play the game, it's like, all right, well, I gotta run back season one, or let me Google saying what happened in season one again, so I
So then
could
that's
jump
not
back
they're
in
not
it
doing good. To
because
have to
it's the
do that,
game.
that's a problem. And
Yeah.
they're gonna end up messing up. I guarantee you this is not gonna be a big deal as you think it is. At least in my opinion. We'll see who's
It's
right or
not. It
wrong.
wasn't me. It was me seeing the news and how everybody reacted to it. Like even famous people that read these books
People
that are
reacted,
in
yeah.
Hollywood that might want to be in the show. So I was like, shit, let's get on it before everybody else start that don't really know shit about it that they should know about it. Let's talk about it first because we a podcast. So I was like, let's talk about something humongous. If it was something small, like some random ass book, like what we just said,
This is
the
random to
Exorcism
me.
at 1600 Penn that
Yeah.
nobody even knew was a comic book, then that's different. But if it's a this nigga selling millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of books, of course it's gonna be huge. You don't read the book, I'll read the book. That's why I'm trying to
Go
study it.
ahead, read
I'm
it.
not gonna
Yeah.
I won't shoot it down. I watched Harry Potter, was like, let me give it a chance. I liked it.
Well, no,
I watched
we
Lord
knew
of the
Harry
Rings,
Potter
I
was going to be the
liked it.
biggest, but we knew Harry
I
Potter
ain't
and
know.
Lord of the
I was 13 years old. I ain't never read the book.
Yes, we knew. I don't care if we didn't read it or not. Like you knew that your girlfriend was reading it, the girl you liked was reading it, your teacher was reading it. Like,
So same thing with this one.
nah, I've never heard of this
You
book
got
in
you
my
got
life.
celebrities, NBA players, NFL players all retweeting this. That's why I put it on here. If it didn't make no sense, I would not even put it on the topic.
Let me go to these next news because we only got a little bit. I know you got stuff to do, but I dropped a bunch of news on Dro very last minute. I just want to speak about them. Real fast, the Super Mario, it won a Grammy. Super Mario medley from one of the video games that just came out. So that's pretty cool. Um, Last week there was the two things happened in video games. Ubisoft fired a lot of people. Ubisoft makes Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, all of this stuff. They canceled the Prince of Persia video game that was going to be a remake of the very first Prince of Persia game, that the 3D one that we played when we were kids. It was a big deal. They were going to remake it. They showed it 2 or 3 years ago. It looked horrible. So they said, "Okay, my bad. We messed up. We're going to go back and start over again." Then they just canceled it randomly over the week. And the lady who's the voice actress of this movie, of this new game, had been working on it for 5 years. And she found out it was canceled on Twitter the same way we found out it was canceled. So imagine that. 5 years of work just gone. Now she has nothing on her resume. Like imagine that. That's where I wanted to talk about it because it's just crazy to me that for a voice actor or any actor, you could spend so much of your life in a project, and if it doesn't show up, it doesn't come out, you can't really talk about it. And if you can't talk about it, you have nothing to show. This lady was not from America, so she was going to use the fact that she was in this major game as a reason to have her United States visa. Now she doesn't have anything saying that, yo, can I move to the United States? So who the heck, like, now she got to go back to her country. She can't come to the United States. She wasted 5 years of her life. Is not making all that back end money. That's the type of shit that sucks. They also canceled 5, 6 other video games. Who knows what they could have been? It could have been Splinter Cell. It could have been a new Ghost Recon. Could have been. So all of these video games just canceled at a snap of a finger. Ubisoft don't know what the hell they doing. And one of them was a Civil War Assassin's Creed game, and
Mm.
that sucks. So I definitely wanted
Yeah.
to talk about that because that sucked. Um, but Xbox also, they had a almost like a little press conference. They had a video that was showing a bunch of the stuff that's coming out over the next couple months. One of them
Yeah.
is Fable. Did you ever play Fable as you were a kid? It was like
Yeah.
yeah. So the new Fable is being made by Playground Games, the same people who made Forza Horizon and all the Forza racing games. This is their first time making a game where you're actual people and you're walking around and it's like an open world, like anything but driving, because
Yeah.
they're mostly known for driving games. This game, and if you know anything about the original Fables, they're these games that had the biggest anticipation. People were at the guy who was making it would say, "Oh, in this game, you could do everything. You could fall in love. You could pet your dog. You could be good or bad." And he'll just come up and just say stuff that wouldn't be in the game, and he would oversell these games. And here they're trying not to do that, but they also are keeping that same spirit. And one of the crazy things about this game is that there's over 1,000 fully voiced non-playable characters. So all of the people walking in the street, you can have full-on conversations with, and they all have different voices, and it's not AI.
Mhm.
And you can literally fall in love with all 1,000 characters. You can have children with all 1,000 characters. You can get married, have a divorce with that character, to have a go with this character. And now that person, that character you divorce, will hate you forever. That little kid that you had with them will probably hate you. Then you go with the next person, and you could literally, you could do anything. You could have a whole polyamorous city of just
Yeah.
people. You can make money, pay taxes. Like, this is one of those games where you can literally do everything, and that's pretty dope. And it's not AI, which is even doper. I just hope it comes out before Grand Theft Auto, because if not, no one's ever going to play this game.
Mm.
Because once Grand Theft Auto comes, it's a wrap.
Mhm.
So that's one thing I wanted to say. And the last thing I'll say is, speaking of Grand Theft Auto, it's a rumor that they're not going to have a physical copy of Grand Theft Auto when the game comes out. It's going to be digital
Mm.
only. And it's going to be digital only because they don't want any leaks. So they don't want Walmart to release the game early. They don't want to, have pallets of these games in the stores, and then an employee in the back's like, "Oh, I'm gonna steal one and get the first ever Grand Theft Auto," and then post on Reddit what the story is. So they're gonna go
Yeah.
digital only. By going digital only, they're not going to be able to give copies to people reviewing the game. They might be able to, it depends, or maybe certain people that they know won't snitch, but they're not going to give Unlikely Geeks the copy, because they don't really know
Mhm.
us like that. But they might give one to IGN, but they might not give one to Kind of Funny, so who really knows? And that's crazy because a game this big, people want to see, yo, is it worth it? Is 13 years worth of its weight? Is it a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, an 8 out of 10? And we might not know for 2 or 3 weeks. So will that hurt the sales of the game, or will it help? Do you purchase games digital or physical only, or do you do
Both.
both? Right. I try to do digital only for the new generation, unless it's literally like a $5 or $10 game. Then I'll buy
Yeah.
the game and I'll have it behind me over here. But I'm going digital. They're not going to come out with a PC version, so I might do Xbox, because if I do Xbox, then potentially I could have the Xbox PC version in the future if they allow that the cross
Yeah.
play
'Cause I think they said they're doing a PC. I think later
a
on.
year later. And that's another reason they do that, is because people mod. And immediately you're going to have people cheating online. Immediately you're going to have people making your character naked. I mean, the girl that's the main character, people are already, in love with her, saying that she's the most beautiful character in all video games. The first day they're going to make her naked and you're going to be running around butt ass,
Yeah.
So they don't want people to mod the game like that. So I don't know. I think it might hurt the sales because people will not, there are people that are like, "Oh, I'll only buy physical copies because I can keep them in the collection. I can sell them back to GameStop. I
Mhm.
can always flip it." So there are people that are going to wait, whether that's a month, 2 months, 3 months, or a year. So I'm going to buy it. I don't know. So I wanted to talk about those kind of things real fast. There's other stories, but we can skip that for now. Let's get back to the original. Joe has two more things he wrote on his
Now I was
list.
gonna say. Now I was gonna say. What do you think about that PlayStation controller?
Yeah. So one of them was Sony has patented, uh, has a filed a patent application hinting at the future of PlayStation controllers with no physical button. This design is using captive touch surface that creates a virtual adaptive control button which shifts based on how you hold the controller. So it's probably just gonna be like a whole screen. I hate playing games on my phone
Me too.
because right, I hate playing games on my phone. One, my screen gets a little too hot. Two, my fingers are in the way of the
For
character.
people buying backbones and other Bluetooth controllers, I see like that's. I mean,
I had a backbone, but you know what's the problem with the backbone? It doesn't fit with my case, so I got to take my case off, put the
yeah,
backbone on. So I hate that.
yeah.
You know what else I
And then the
use?
Bluetooth controller
I
is
do not.
lag. It's a lag. You can't play every game with the Bluetooth controller. Like I would never play. I try to play Call of Duty. I try to play 2K. You can't play timed games with a Bluetooth controller to your phone. It don't work like that.
Yep, I've done that where I've connected my Xbox remote or my PlayStation to the phone, and it doesn't work the same.
It's bad. They gotta fix that lag, bro. It's too much of a lag, bro.
Yeah.
It's
But
not fun. That's why I got the backbone because the backbone eliminates that lag like half a millisecond, but it's better. Like when I had the backbone, I was playing God of War, Assassin's Creed, and it's good. I
how
got
you play that
Perry.
on your phone? Assassin's Creed.
Because it's on Game Pass. You know, you got the game Xbox.
Good cloud, right?
Yeah, it's cloud gaming. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Then but a whole. I mean,
People was
all
like, how I'm gonna. People was like, how I'm gonna. I need to feel that hit stick, or I need to. How you gonna tie? I need to tie it with the joystick.
well,
Like,
nah, because they do that now. I mean, I play some games like puzzle games and
just
stuff,
yeah.
and when I
Sometimes you
play,
just need to feel that joystick.
but you get that little buzz. You know, like with here, if you press a button and you push a little bit harder, you feel like
That
the screen goes in. You know,
my favorite thing about my Xbox is the ridges. Like I like the grip on the back of my controller. I love the grip, the ridges on my triggers. I love the circle. Yeah, man.
I don't know. I think it'll be cool, but one fingerprint to hell, like it's gonna be mad fingerprints all over this. They definitely have to make it like a lot of vibration. Like when I type that, when I push down, that better vibrate like I'm pushing down on a real remote. And what remotes now costing $100, this thing's gonna cost $200-$300. I don't see the worth of it when controls work perfectly fine. But I mean, it's cool to patent because nobody could steal that idea. So I think
Yeah,
patents are good.
I think yeah. And then with virtual games too, is like you're already doing virtual where you ain't even grabbing nothing. You ain't even holding nothing physically.
Yeah. I just can't stand playing games on my phone. And I've downloaded a lot of games on my phone. There's a may or may not have figured out how to do some old school games on here.
Hmm.
You know, PSP, PS2, whatever. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be mad fun. I get to nah, bro. It really sucks to be able to try
Yeah,
to play it.
I tried to play Super Mario on the phone. It do not the same.
It's not.
You just flying right into the hole. I'm like, all right, well,
Yep. And that's the same thing that will happen here. Like it's just not having. It's called tactical. Like, and you
yeah,
need to be able to touch something and feel it
to feel it.
and feel it move. The only way they could do it is with vibration. You remember that old Samsung Storm? No, the blue. It was a Bluetooth or what was the old phone? Blue, black,
The
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry
Yep, the old BlackBerry that had the
was a
click screen.
blueberry.
I would say in every color under the sun. But the BlackBerry Storm had the button that the screen you could actually push in. It was
Mm,
all touch screen, but you could push the screen and you feel it. And it went click, click, click. That
mhm.
was my favorite phone. I used to write raps on that all the time, real fast. Just click,
I
click,
like
click.
this. I like the I had it one time. I liked the scroll. I liked the little button
Oh,
that's
yeah. No,
went go.
I know what you're talking about, but the one I had
Yeah.
nothing. It was one of the first full flat
Oh,
screen, but you pressed it, and it was called the BlackBerry Storm.
I can't even imagine that now. Trying to tell a kid like, yeah, there was a phone where there was like this little ball and it go up and down. You scroll like a bottom of the mouse.
Yeah, my son will look at you like, what?
What?
Yeah, there's not a bottom of the mouse on the remotes now.
Oh, that's not the one. Dang,
It's just a laser now.
the red laser.
Well, yeah, guys. There's always more stories to tell. You know, and to fit an entire week into one episode, we don't do it. We don't say everything. If there's something that we missed, write it in the comments. If there's something that we missed and you wanted us to talk about it,
Yep.
DM us, let us know because we'll give you our opinion and everything like that. Um, but this was a real fun time. I will try to do a unlikely part on my trip to California as soon as possible. Give me 2-3 weeks. Believe me, the story won't get dull. There, I did so much shit. It's so much fun. Um, other than that, is there anything you want to add, Dro, before you go and celebrate your sister's birthday?
Yeah, yeah. Shout out my sister a little bit. We about to turn up as soon as I get downstairs, and that's a wrap.
All right, y'all. And until next time, go out there.
Say the word.
Peace out, y'all.
Deuce.